community. Good evening, lifers. I'm Ruth, your peace coach, and welcome to 15 of Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for a peaceful life. Yes, are you ready? I am ready. I am so excited again to have you here. If this is your first time, welcome to 15 to Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for a peaceful life. This is 15 minutes, not only where I set you up for your week, but also for the rest of your life. Yes, I hope you have your pen. Hope you have your paper. If not, at least have your phone open up to notes. I hope you are ready. I hope you went over your notes from last week. You know it's very important to review. And I hope you served someone, because you know that is a big part of who we are and what we do as lifers. All right, if you are ready to go, somebody say, let's go. Now, you all know that this is October. Yes, it's Halloween. We like to dress up and all that, watch scary movies, which I hate scary movies. But this is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, if you know me, you know I'm a 15-year breast cancer survivor. And so this month, I'm going to go over 5 lessons that I learned from breast cancer. Last week was our first week. Last week, I talked about pay attention to the signs in your life. If you did not watch last week, after this is over with, don't switch over now. Go and watch last week's, all right? And so today I'm going to continue on because of time's sake now. I can't go through the full story, my whole story. But what I encourage you to do is go to my website. If you haven't already, I'm going to try to go there real quick. And I want you to go to my website, and I want you to subscribe to my website. It's myperfectpeace.com. Myperfectpeace.com. You can see all of my tabs there: About Ruth, Coach Ruth, SOS, my blogs, vlogs, shop, all those things. Go to my website. Subscribe to the website. And when you subscribe to the website, then you will get all of my weekly emails you'll get all of my weekly emails. They come out every Monday morning at 9 a.m. And in those emails for this month, I go into more detail about my full story. So go to myperfectpeace.com, subscribe, and then you'll get all the emails, and even further on, not only for this month, but you'll always continue to get them and any updates and new things that I am doing. All right, so this night, all right, what am I talking about? I got to get to where I'm supposed to be. My lessons that I learned from breast cancer. I'm going to get right on in it. Lessons that I learned from breast cancer. Lesson 2 is speak up when you need to. Speak up when you need to. Speak up when you need to. Now, how I learned that lesson, again, very, very quickly on this, is when I went for my ultrasound, because they wanted to do an ultrasound of my right breast. Well, the technician, she was going to do the left breast. And so I spoke up and I told her, we're going to do the wrong breast. And she was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, yeah, you are. She looked at her paperwork and she was like, oh, yeah, it is the right breast. And I was like, yeah, I know. But then I often think if I hadn't spoken up and said, you are doing the wrong breast, I may not. And, I might have just had said, well, she's the lady. She knows what she's doing. I may not be here. So I'm so glad that I spoke up. And so when I'm talking about speaking up, what am I talking about? I want to give you 3 quick points on why it is so important that you speak up. And the first point is that your voice is one of your greatest weapons. Your voice is one of your greatest weapons. Yes, ladies, your voice is one of your greatest weapons. I know when we're growing up as little girls, we're told, don't speak up, don't say anything. Children are meant to be seen and not heard. How many of us are told, we're told by our mothers? And No, not putting anything on moms, but that's just the way we were taught to say. What do we tell? What do we tell our children? What goes on in this house stays in this house. You don't talk about it. And that way, a lot of times, molestation, incest, things of those natures were able to continue because we were told you don't speak up, you don't say anything. That's what happened to Maya Angelou. If you know her story, that when she was a little girl, I think she was about 7, and someone raped her. And because she told, her uncles went out and killed the man. And so she thought that her voice had the power to kill. So that's why she didn't talk for 7 years. Yes, go read her story. It's very good, very good. And so even as women, when we grow up in the on our jobs, we're told you don't speak up, you don't say anything, you don't make waves, you just kind of go with it. Because what if if we speak up, then what do we call it? We're called a female dog. We're aggressive. We're the angry. If we're African American, we're the angry black woman. All those things. So we don't speak up. But I'm telling you now, use your voice. Your voice is sometimes the only tool that you have. So speak up. Ask for that raise. Because if you don't ask for that raise, who's going to ask for it for you? Okay? You like that guy? Tell that guy you like him. And you're not going to settle for being a side chick. Okay? So speak up. Use your voice for good. Tell somebody when things are right, when things are wrong. Speak up. Speak up. Use your voice. All right. That is the first point. First point, your voice is one of your greatest weapons. The second point is someone needs to hear what you have to say. Someone needs to hear, look at me. Someone needs to hear what you have to say. Yes. There is a story. You hear me say this all the time and I say it because it's so true. Everybody has a story to tell. There is something inside of you that people need to hear and experience. Maybe you have great knowledge inside of you and you're not using it at work because you're unsure. No, speak up because somebody needs to hear what you have to say. And even going back to your story. Now, I will say this. Everybody doesn't need to hear your story because some people will try to use it against you or use it to hurt. Okay. So you don't want to just you meet somebody hey, I'm Ruth and let me tell you my story. No, you save it for those times when you know that it needs to be told. So speak up when you need to because somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Your husband might need to hear what you have to say. Your children need to hear what you have to say. Your family members need to hear what you have. Your friends need to hear what you have to say. All right? You have something inside of you that somebody needs to hear. Yes. Yes, you. And I need you to tell it. I'm looking on here. Yeah. Tell it. Tell it. All right. So our first point was, here we go. Someone needs to hear what you have to say. Your voice is your greatest weapon and it builds strength. Why speak up? Because it builds strength. It builds strength. It builds confidence inside of you when you speak up. It builds confidence inside of you. I remember my first job was at Bacon's in the Galleria. I know. I love that job. So long ago. I think it was 1982. And I worked in the credit office. And at that time, we had to take layaways and we wrapped gifts and took charge payments and all this other kind of stuff. And so at the end of the day, we had to get on the microphone and announce that the store was closing. And then I think that was 7 minutes before the store closed. Why 7 minutes? I don't know. And then we had to announce again that the store was closing. And so that was part of my job. But for the first, 6 months, I was so afraid to get on the microphone. I would not do it. I would tell somebody else in the office. I was like, you do it, because I was too scared. And nobody even saw me just to get on. And I had the words right in front of me. All I had to do was just read it. But I was too afraid to do that. And so it took me about 6 months to build up the confidence to get on there and make that announcement that the store was closing. And I tell you, I haven't looked back since. So who would think that, so many years forward, here I am here at 15 to life. I never would have thought that when I first started as an 18-year-old, afraid to make an announcement that the store was closing. But here I am. And so when you speak up, it builds strength. It builds confidence. And there's something that I want you to see. There's a quote. It says, you can speak up for yourself, and you need to, even in small ways, because when you practice speaking up for yourself in small ways, it helps you have the courage and strength to speak up in the moments that matter the most. And I love that quote. So as you learn to speak up for yourself, it builds confidence in you that you have something to offer, that you have something to say. It builds confidence. And that was something I wanted to say. Yes. And then because you can start with something small. Just start with something small, like telling the waitress that you really enjoyed the service. Maybe telling your friend, thank you. Telling your children that you're sorry. Just start with the small things. And then as you do the small things, then it will build up and you will build strength for the harder things. And that may be going in and telling that boss that you deserve that raise, and you listing all the reasons why. It gives you that confidence to call that bank and say, I need to make an appointment because I'm starting a business and I need to open an account, or I want to ask for that loan for my business. Okay? Can't just jump out there and do the big things. You got to start with the little things first. Start with something small. This week, I encourage you, start with something small. Like I said, tell that waitress, thank you. Tell that person, oh, you see that girl and she's walking and, her hair's all laid and you love her outfit. Tell her, girl, I love that outfit. I love your hair. Love those earrings. Start with the small things. It builds strength in you for the larger things. All right, ladies, that is it for tonight. That is it. I am so glad that you joined me. I'm seeing all of you guys on here. Oh, I love my lifers. I love this, and I'm so excited. Don't forget, go to my website, myperfectpeace.com. And I forgot to tell you to share the stream in the beginning. So if you have not done that already, do that for me. Like this page, follow this page, and share the stream, because we are building our community, and I cannot do it without you, because I need you. As always, I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. You have value and you have worth. All right, ladies, love you. Review all of this. Review this. Speak up when you need to. Have a great evening. I'm not where I should be. Love you. Bye-bye.